not they off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die the political. My ego don't come. This one not they off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout.
Hello there.
Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Ayégun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Good morning to you.
Number one.
Lórí.
Good afternoon to you.
Ayégun diary.
And good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Ayégun diary, Ayégun number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Máyégún máa wí.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Okay, please share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun is live.
Godfatherism.
What happened in Ibadan last night? There are speculations. There are conspiracies. And there are cover-ups. On Mayegun's Diary Political, I have brought you the pieces of all of the available information out there. You will be the judge.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
This is the image, supposed image of where the explosion took place. This is the present state after the explosion. Could you see the crater in the middle there? This was in Akure in March 2020, 4 years ago. It was reported as dynamite as well.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. So good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun live. And as a lot of us have been reacting to the explosion that took place 24 hours ago in Ibadan, as well as the developing stories afterwards, ladies and gentlemen, brethren in the temple of truth, I bring to you all that you can work with before you reach any conclusion, even if they finally do their cover up. There are conspiracies, like I said, where people have been kind of creating stuffs or making stuffs up because of this. It's so unfortunate that a place or an event like this, a tragedy like this, you would expect a responsible sort of a country and government to have possibly arrived at the scene early enough before a lot of people will infiltrate and sort of destroy the crime scene and evidence as well. So this created different stories, and currently it is still creating stories. But do you want to know what happened in Ibadan yesterday? How they happened? I'm going to start with this. First, from the government and official record, they said 3 people are confirmed dead. Initially, they said 77 people have been confirmed injured, from the impact. Those who got shattered, by the, those who got bruised by the shattered glasses, falling ceilings and all that. So later, the number increased. However, by the time the rescue team and all other government agencies arrived, right, the entire place was already populated. So it was now the rescue mission done by everybody available, everyone around. Okay. So, but even at that, we were still able to pick up pieces of information that are very vital from what people said and from what the scenes look like. So I'm going to bring all of this together for you in this package. And then you can go make your own conclusion afterward, or easily for you to see through when they are lying to you. So what I'm going to do first is that, let's say 24 hours is kind of too short to get the full details of what really happened from the forensic or scientific point of view, right? It should normally take about 48 hours. But in this case, the governor of the state, Seyi Makinde, who, I'm going to kind of give him credit, right? For the fact that the response may be a little bit late, but eventually it came and it kind of makes sense. Number one, he was there, and few of the government officials in Oyo State were there. And not only that, he was there to assess the damages and all of that, right? He also participated in the rescue of those injured and ensuring that everyone on the spot, right, they got free medical care. I can attest to that. Not just that. I mean, they moved all the residents whose houses were affected by the impacts. Those who didn't need much medical treatment or hospital visits. They moved them to hotels. All right, like let everybody just go find some place to sleep for now, and all of these were quickly put in place just last night. All right, so I'll give that to him. But there are questions. Do you understand? There are questions, and people asking questions doesn't mean that they are happy about the tragedy or they are interested in pointing fingers or blame game. Situation like this have been happening in Nigeria, and it's only like a week ago everybody was raging about Plateau State, the Bokos killing, the Bakin killing, and all these places. Today, the same killing took place in Plateau State. Or yesterday, there was a bomb blast in Yoruba land. Second time in 4 years. The one that happened in Akure in 4 years ago. Some of you have probably forgotten. The impact, the dead, the injured. Even the government has forgotten. You probably have no memory of if anybody was arrested or prosecuted for what happened in Akure, but they came out to quickly say it was dynamite, some illegal miners. That was the same story. It happened in Abule Ado. They quickly cooked in Lagos. This one is just about a year or so ago. Buildings were shattered. People died. Some people are living with lifetime injuries because of that today. The perpetrators' story. Here is the third one in 4 years in Yoruba land. And it is the same story. Dynamite. Some people stored dynamite that could be so powerful than a bigger bomb. Have you seen Gaza? So the governor this evening came out to give what he called a sort of a detail. I mean, it was shoddy, sort of, right? It came with no real substantial, detail. It was pretty much like at some point he was more interested in what people are saying and the intention of people who are saying things than him telling people what he knows. I mean, he's the chief security officer of the state. He called himself, even in this video. So that's why we're going to start from there. What really happened from Seyi Makinde's position as the governor of the state. After that, I will take you through the journey of what really happened in Ibadan last night, how it happened, and feel the damages done. And then you can compare all of this to the story of a dynamite. I'm not saying it's not dynamite. Like I said, there are many questions to be answered, and we will never possibly get answers for them. The lives lost, including a young man that returned to Nigeria last week. You see, we say that on this platform every now and then. May Nigeria not happen to you. And may Nigeria that will happen to you, that you will not live to tell the story, may that not happen to you. Because Nigeria happens to all of us every day. Whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, I have done my best to make a lot of you see Nigeria as it is and how it affects you. And it can indeed ruin you. Here you get. So this young man returned to Nigeria last week. And he was there, his father's house, who happened to be one of the landlords in the estates, was affected. And is reportedly killed. So, Seyi Makinde, the governor, telling us what really happened and what they are doing. Let's start from here. The state governor.
My good people of Oyo State, the last 20 hours, I've seen our dear state thrown into mourning as we lost their lives and properties in a blast that occurred at Bodija. As I stated in a brief release early this morning, preliminary investigations have traced this blast to the storage of explosives by illegal miners at a house on Dejo Oyelese Street, Bodija. Since yesterday, our security agencies, first responders, emergency services, and all other relevant agencies have been working diligently as they carry out search and rescue operations. Just this morning, another individual was recovered alive from the rubble. I want to assure, just like the emergency team members have validated. Search and rescue operations will continue until all lives within the vicinity of the blast are accounted for. We are aware that aside from the immediate perimeter of the incident, people as far as 25 kilometers away may have been affected physically or psychologically. We have therefore put the Emergency Operations Center, which is being headed by Professor Temitope Alonge, to coordinate all search and rescue efforts. I would like to appeal to our people to remain calm as we do everything possible to provide succor to everyone concerned. There are numbers that have been provided to reach out to the Emergency Operations Center. I know the 615 is operational, but you have additional numbers: 0704 994 8057 and 0814 767 2009. If you have any information regarding any persons who may still be trapped within that perimeter, please call that number and we will respond to you. Also, let me use this opportunity to appeal to anyone still staying in any of the houses within 250 meters of Ground Zero to move out to government provided accommodation until we check the structural integrity of the buildings in this area. Well, at the same time, unscrupulous elements who may want to take advantage of this disaster to carry out any form of looting should be warned, because I've asked the security agencies to deal decisively with anyone trying to loot. So they've been placed on high alert to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order. We will continue to provide regular updates regarding the actions we are taking through the Emergency Operations Center and our various feedback channels on and off social media. The further update we can provide at this time is that we have information regarding the company that was using that residence to store explosives. Rest assured that all that were involved directly and indirectly in bringing this tragedy upon us will be brought to book. Just as we were about starting this press conference, I received a call from Mr. President. I want to specially thank him. He has approved that the National Emergency Management Authority be on ground, and I can confirm they are already on ground working with us locally here. And he also gave his condolences, to the people that have lost loved ones in this unfortunate incident. And he's also giving us the assurance that he's with us at this trying period for us. So it's a trying time for all of us, but it is at such times like this that we draw on our strength and resilience to be our brother's keepers. And let us refrain from spreading fake news and disinformation that could potentially cause panic within the populace. CP Owosheni has clarified some of the misinformation going on. I saw on a platform where some people said, oh no, Yoruba land is being invaded and all of that. And these are people who may not even be anywhere near Nigeria, talk less of Oyo State. So let us be mindful of what we say. And I read funnily on a platform also where somebody said, oh, some random people on the street mentioned that they were being asked to pay to receive medical treatment, or they were being asked to pay, to stay in the hotels. Who should they believe? Should they believe the random people, or should they believe myself as the governor and the chief security officer of this state? Yes, that is how low we have sunk as a country, where people, they doubt their leaders. The gap, between the government, the trust deficit, between the government and the people, kept widening. It's a wake-up call, really, for all of us. So once again, I urge all to remain calm as the authorities in Oyo State are on top of the situation. Thank you, and God bless you.
You heard him. You see, just for the sake of those who are watching this tonight, Nigerian politicians don't like to take responsibilities. And they also know their audience. They do not like to be asked critical questions. They don't like it. They will present a narrative, and they want you to run with that narrative. If you dare try to question it, they will gaslight you. And that's what Seyi Makinde was doing there. Let's do it this way. Seyi Makinde was to brief the people of Oyo State and tell them what happened, and at the same time, what they are doing to ensure that, number one, apart from the fact that the survivors are cared for, which they are already doing, okay? The culprits, they are going to be brought to justice. But how? A governor that wants to give a tragedy report, if you ask him, he has nothing. He came out and he said, some people stored dynamite, explosives. By Nigeria law, there is, number one, you cannot walk into a shop and say, I want to buy this, who are actually like explosives used in mining. No. You would have to present certain identification. Now, the governor didn't know what exploded, but as a politician, he said, because of the lack of trust between the people and government, that is why people don't believe what they say, because everyone is not stupid. You are not an expert. You are not an explosive expert. There was no sighting of bomb or explosive expert at the site, ground zero, yesterday. Or did anybody watching me from Bodija this evening, did you see those bomb experts collecting evidence of what really exploded, determining the component and the maker of what exploded? Did you see them on site? Did you see any of, but the governor knows that it is dynamite. Dynamite that was so strong, sold to criminals, stored in residential area. Of course, we would have to ask questions, man. That turned this to this. So we do not know the exact house whose tenants is Malian, or whose tenants are Malians. Because from what we have heard, they said the tenants are from Mali, and they purchased dynamite enough to bring down this whole place to ground zero. But the identity of the Malians have not been released. The main property has not been identified. The landlord of the property has not been identified. Also, the kind of dynamite that could create this kind of crater and what he called 25 kilometers impact across that area. We have no information about them. Somebody said, but he won't release them. I said, you see what I'm saying? They know those they are talking to. You see, when you read about or when you see UK, for example, or Europe, any country in Europe that have this kind of emergency, like for example, some migrants, they run berserk in France, and they started attacking people, demolish, burning properties, burning cars and all of that, and it escalated to the point that the police now shot those protesters, the anarchists, the migrants, as you will say, right? So within minutes, the identity of those who are the ringleader of those committing that, they were already out there. The identities of those who are victims, they were already out there. Those associated with them, the groups they might belong to, everything is already being put out there, so that if they have associates, they believe if anything like that happened in the UK, you would have the identity of those who brought the bomb or who brought the dynamite into a property. You have their pictures and everything, because they are not in custody and there is no record that they died in the bomb, in the blast. So they said it is dynamite storage. Okay, dynamite storage. And according to them, before you can buy dynamite in Nigeria, the DSS would actually have to know about it. Of course, corruption may not let DSS know, but like for somebody to pile up, there is no mining site in Bodija. Oyelese Street in Bodija. I lived in that place, so I used to live in a Calabar estate. I even saw one of my old pal, Don T, who was also on site recording the whole impact, the destruction, the demo. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, I used to live there. Now, the last time you saw their biggest drug bust in Ikorodu, they were living, the drug dealers, they were living in estates like every other people there, rich people driving big cars. So in this Bodija, that is where you have all, mostly, if not all, well, not all anyway. You see that Bodija, you will see more than 50% of those who are either retired government civil servants, retired politicians, like a former governor, former this, former that, okay? Like Bodija was like the Ikoyi of Ibadan. So we have no idea or the identity of these people who are the tenants, but the governor already told us. It was some people who were piling and stockpiling, what have you. So how did they procure the whole thing? Because he has none of those information. How do you then trust people like that? That tells you that dynamite used for mining, they stored them so much in a house, that it exploded and it brought down more than 100 buildings. And the narrative is, it was just an accident, dynamite accident. So if I say it is a terrorist act, would I be wrong? Because explosion, bomb, is, the power of a bomb is weighed by the devastation it can bring. So if they say dynamite that they are using to break rock, to blow rock, the miners, illegal miners, rented properties in one of the most secured location in Ibadan, right? And they stockpiled enough dynamite, and the government had no clue about it. But it is not terrorism. Don't try to make it look like it's an attack. It's not. Now, this is where you and I are going to go take a look at the damages, the eyewitnesses, and all of that. And then you can begin to piece the whole thing together, piece by piece. And you can reach your own conclusion too. I'm not going to tell you, this is, what do you call it? This is what I feel like alone. I'm going to let you go do yours too, where you can easily just be like, okay, I think, oh my God, now this makes sense now. And I'm not going to show you all of this because I want to feed your conspiracy theory. I want you to open your mind enough to see through vital information, piece of information. And I'm going to help you to summarize the whole thing at the end of the day so that you can see where we are. And just like I have told you, yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivors, they are tomorrow's victims. Bad government, bad governance, spares nobody. Whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, whether you are a northerner or a southerner, bad government spares no one. Whether you are rich or you are poor, the danger of bad governance is so unlimited and nobody has any immunity from it, including the criminals who chose to destroy Nigeria to this point and yet still never taking responsibility. They want us to trust them. How do you trust people that don't even trust themselves? Let's go to that Bodija. Like I said, if you are here watching me today, it is because you are not the victim of Nigeria yet. You still have a chance to save your life, the life of the generation and everything that will come out of you and others, and join hands and ask, break up this shithole and let's save the lives of our loved ones. Right? Now let's go to Ibadan. Somebody traveled to Nigeria, possibly just on holiday or just to see the family. First eyewitness.
Explosive is being produced around this area codedly, so the government need to investigate very well. Just look at the casualties. These are no steel or is it OBMS? What's it called? Baptist or Anglican? Sorry. So there are so many casualties. Even we were at Akobo when this situation happened, about 7 or 9 kilometers away from this spot. So everywhere vibrated. We thought it was it was an earthquake, but eventually we just got away. Because there is another, what's it called, a barracks that is very close to this. So our concern was that situation happened in that barracks. When we got to our office there, we discovered that even our, what's it called, the POPP, the gas, everything, the pressure destroy our office. Just look at this. So bomb is being produced secretly around this area. This is a residential area. This could not be gas. So the government need to investigate this situation. I don't know where we're going to in this country. Just look, casualties everywhere. Look at the guy that just died there. He just came from UK about a week ago. So we don't even hear is a son to a landlord in this estate. So I don't know. So government, my own conclusion about this situation is that government should investigate this situation because we discover that bomb is being produced in this estate. So I don't know what to say because the casualty is too much. Just look at the destruction, look at damages. So we can't just look away. There are so many collateral damages that's happened here. So we need thorough investigation into this situation. A lot of things is going on in this estate. We need to investigate ourselves. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My name is Honorable Ayode Jajai. What's the name of this estate?
A bomb. That's where the eyewitness that saw the physical damages was like, they are producing bomb in this, or either they are storing bomb in a residential area here. This is not Gaza. Now let me show you the first set of images that emerged last night from the first impact of the explosion, right? And then you can tell me, okay, how much or what is the amount of dynamite that you have to stockpile in a building to amount, and then like what could trigger dynamite from exploding except if it is intentionally set off or remotely set off. Here you get. So initially they started the story that it was a gas plant very not far from that place that exploded. It wasn't a bomb. It was not a tremor or earthquake. So until that gas company came out and said, no, that's not from us. The explosion didn't happen from us. Then they came with the story of some people stockpiled dynamites in the house. They are illegal miners. There is no mining place anywhere in Bodija. I don't think there is any. And I don't think there is actually any mining place in Ibadan. Here you get. So if they kind of use the story of miners, they are running with that. So that the rest of us, all of us can begin to run with the story of miner. The miners, some miners. Who are these miners? They are Malians. They are from Mali. Miners from Mali. So how are we going to find them? They are looking for them. Government is doing everything to look for them. Listen, it's not a bomb. It's dynamite. So you will tell me the amount of dynamite that should be stored in a place that could impact so up to 25 kilometers from the ground zero. 25 kilometers. That's far away, isn't it? Let's start with this. Like I said, the first set.
Be careful. Followed by two. Where are you? Okay. The first one. I'm a journalist, are you now? What is there then? This is where the white bungalow is.
I can send to you. Let's move. You can take picture. I will do video.
No, just okay. The car that the whole thing happened.
Yes, this one of the car that got shredded. I can send to you. Let's move. You can take picture. I will do video.
No, just okay. The car that the whole thing happened.
Yes, this one of the car that got shredded.
That's gas light that lights me.
But I would suggest that we come back here later. We have to come back.
So like from last night to this morning, did you see that car that got shredded into like there was a bomb in it? Did you see that? Okay. Like I said, I am going to be giving you the pieces and you can put them together. Okay. Dynamite exploded inside the house, according to them.
Your Excellency, sir, it is quite unfortunate. In all of this, what do you have to say, Your Excellency, sir?
Well, I mean, these are preliminary.
Sorry about that, okay. So dynamite exploded inside the house. A car parked on the streets got torn into shred. And they don't want me to ask a question. They don't want you to ask a question and say, why did the car? I mean, the impact from the exploded house, that the whole building and the building next to it, they both disappeared. So the question is, what amount of dynamite would people store in a house, okay, that will make such massive explosion that will shred the whole car into pieces? Don't rush me, okay? Please don't rush me. I can repeat myself again and again that way because that is how it is kind of ringing in my head. Right? When somebody said, oh, I have an idea of where you are going. No, you don't. You and I are not going the same place except if you are following what I'm actually telling you, putting the pieces together. Do not jump the gun. Don't jump it. That's part of the questions people want to know. How did Seyi Makinde come up with dynamite story after all he saw himself last night? Did he see all of that? I mean, probably it was dark. This is what he said last night. That's why I said he was prompt to respond. He was there, he moved there, and he kind of helped with the emergency to rescue those who were like the survivors and all of that. He was there as he should be, but he's not telling the whole story. That is why we don't trust politicians. If you trust politicians, your life could be the next one they are going to take. And to them, it is just a statistic. People die every day now. Doesn't matter. Right? Seyi last night.
Your Excellency, sir, it is quite unfortunate. In all of this, what do you have to say, Your Excellency, sir?
Well, I mean, these are preliminary period, you know. We've seen the devastation here, and from what we've gathered so far, the likelihood is that you have illegal miners throwing explosives around this place. We've always said to people that when you see something, say something, and then the authorities should be able to do something. This is quite unfortunate. At this stage is just to rescue anyone that is still under the rubble here, and also the people that have been taken to the hospital to give them care. And also some of the people who have their houses destroyed, provide temporary accommodation for them at hotels within the city. And then in the morning, we definitely will continue the investigation.
And that was the investigation that Seyi did. Let's call it temporary investigation. If Governor Seyi Makinde wants to really be honest with the people, right? No matter what, no matter how much people have kind of been to the entire place, I don't know, but there will still be remnants of what really exploded. And that is then when you can come back to people and tell them, we were bombed. This is not dynamite. Okay? This is an act of terrorism. And by so doing, you will be charged to act accordingly. But he's not honest. She is not honest. But I can understand. But to whose loss? To the people's loss in